everybody. I should really be welcoming myself back to my channel because it's been over a week since I've posted, so I apologize about that. Next Friday should be better. So if you haven't watched my last video, I will just give another quick recap. I am going to be shortening or kind of changing around my posting schedule to once per week, and hopefully showing you kind of like a recap about how my week went, what my weekly weigh-in is. And I am no longer attending Weight Watchers meetings. I have instead decided to have a membership at the YMCA, which has been awesome so far, and so far that's working out really great. I am using the Value Diary on my Android to track my points. My husband is also tracking his points, so it's basically the same thing as Points Plus. I have to track. It's just something that makes me feel safe and cozy and warm and fuzzy inside, and so I will always be a tracker, and that's the tracker that I'm using for right now. When I got on the scale the last time that I went to my Weight Watchers meeting, I wanted to have like a number of where I was, and I was 214.5. And then my scale only measures by the half pound. So if I lost 0.2 or whatever, it's probably not going to be that exact, but I can handle a half pound, you know, measurement. With that said, I got on my scale this past Friday and I was 214.5, which means I stayed exactly the same. Honestly, I was a little bit bummed. I felt like I had a good week, but it's just always a good reminder that sometimes when you get on the scale and you have a little bit of a gain, or maybe you were expecting a bigger loss, you kind of have to dig deep and just focus on the things that did go right. Because as we all know, this is a journey that we are on for a long time, and we have to figure out how to handle those like mini disappointments and not let those throw us off track. So some of the things that I did that were positive was I got my exercise in. I took Simon to Child Watch at the YMCA, and I did body pump for the first time in like 2.5 years. It's a choreographed class using weights, and oh my goodness, I was really sore. There's a big difference from doing lunges for 4.5 minutes straight with weights versus doing like the shorter sets of really heavy weights that I've been doing here at home. Honestly, I would prefer to do short sets with heavier weights than 4.5 minutes of lunges, but I don't know, maybe that's just because it was my first time back. We went swimming, and then I did a lot of walking, and I even did some videos at home on days that Simon wasn't feeling very well. So exercise was good. Number 2 is I tracked everything. I tracked everything that I ate. I didn't use all of my weeklies. I used about half of my weeklies. I went to a movie with a bunch of my girlfriends, and I had planned the whole day for me to get my popcorn. You know, anymore where I don't eat wheat and I don't really eat very many grains, there's not really very many things other than popcorn and ice cream that I kind of like have as my safe treats, and so popcorn at the movie is definitely something that I plan for, and it's a lot of points. A small bag of popcorn is 10 points plus, so I really have to work that in to my day, which I did. It was awesome. Trying to think of what else we did. So really just a fun last weekend that we just had. It was my husband's birthday on Friday, and he is counting points as well, and I'm going to get to his progress in just a minute. But we went out to lunch, and it's really fun because we both plan ahead. We look at how many points there are. We decide how many extras we're going to spend. So we got to go to lunch, and then my mom had come into town, and that was awesome because we actually got to get away for our very first time without taking Simon with us. So she came and stayed the night with Simon, and we just had a lot of fun. We ate out, but we made the best choices that we could. We opted not to get cake just because we just didn't want to spend the points on that. I fixed a gorgeous Mother's Day brunch for my mom before she went back home today, and we had delicious food. We had fresh strawberries and blackberries and light vanilla Greek yogurt to make parfaits. We did deviled eggs. We had some fresh avocado, kind of turned into guacamole with tomatoes and onions. I made, I'm trying to think what else I made. Anyway, I made some delicious food, and I've stayed within my points for today, so that's great. So I'm still tracking. I'm hoping that this coming week that I will have a good day on the scale. I kind of partied over the weekend. I spent some of my weeklies going out to dinner and so forth with my husband to celebrate for his birthday. We are just about to go for a walk, so we're staying active. Other than that, I don't really have any like big things that I want to do differently this week. I just want to keep doing what I have been doing. I was going to share just a little bit about how my 12-step program is going. Obviously, you know, that's a more personal side of this journey for me, but I would say that that has been by far the most transformative part of my journey, is doing that work to work on food addiction, emotional eating, stress eating. I just look at where I am now versus where I was even 6 months ago, and it's just amazing for me that I can walk away from food without finishing it. I can figure out the difference between mental hunger and physical hunger. I haven't binged in 39 days. It's been 39 days since I have had a binge, which just feels incredible. It's like every day I get stronger and stronger. And so that part of my journey is just going really well. So I feel like I've got all the legs of my stools that I need to just keep being successful. So I hope that you are all having a wonderful Sunday. I know that Mother's Day can be a little bit bittersweet for lots of different reasons, but I hope that today is a day that you get to have something to celebrate and something that brings you some joy today. So have a great rest of your week. I hope that you are prepared for your Monday, that maybe you've done some meal planning. I know that I will be doing that this evening. I've got to go through my pantry. We got a little bit out of our routine this weekend, so I need to do some meal planning and just kind of get my bearings before Monday, because if it's not done before Monday, it's probably not going to be a very good start to the week. I think that Simon is feeling a little bit left out right now. He's over there with his dad doing raspberries that he learned how to do on Elmo and Grouchland. Can you do them a little bit louder? Dude, thank you. Oh, I totally forgot to tell you how my husband's doing. My husband lost 3.5 pounds last weigh-in, and then this weigh-in this past week, he lost 2 pounds. So he has lost a total of 10 pounds, and I can totally see it on him already. He might need a belt. His pants are getting a little bit big, and he is like rocking it. He won't even take like a lick or a bite of something. He's kind of teaching me how to be a little bit more strict. I'm like, hey, do you want to taste this? And he's like, no, I don't have a way to track it. I mean, do I do that? No. Anyway, hope that you have a great week, and I will hopefully see you next Friday or Saturday. My goal is Friday, but it might get posted on Saturday because, you know, sometimes things, by the time you film it and edit it, and depending on how fast YouTube is letting you upload, it can take a little extra time. So, okay, someone is ready for me to give them my undivided attention. I'm gonna go enjoy the chaos, and hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Bye.